Alrighty. Alrighty then. Whoopsie. Oh, there goes the pencil. Let's see if there's a live. Oh, I forgot to. Let's see if I can get that turned on. Noise. Sound is on. All right, got that. Let's see if this is. All right. Make sure the chat is working. Oops, where am I? Chat. Hi. Uh-oh. Switching. See if I can do this without turning myself off. Hopefully. Did it? I don't know. Oh, it's still there. Okay, your noise. Let me turn that down so I don't hear myself talking in my ear. Alrighty. Welcome. Happy Sunday, happy Father's Day for any of y'all in the U.S. who are doing Father's Day. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I did work on this a little bit on the side because I didn't want like 5 freaking videos of this because I had it just about up to here last time, so I went and finished most of it off except for just a little bit so I can finish it here live, and just need to do a little bit of sketching over here. Hey Kogo, how you doing? I'm just getting started. How's your Sunday going? Doing a little bit of art. Do you like doing some art? After I get this done, I'm gonna work on my logo. This is gonna be, I'm redoing my intros and stuff, so I'm gonna do this. I just did my crazy train, and then I'm gonna be drawing a squirrel because I always talk about doing a crazy train, and so I just sketched this up the other day as the painful life with some butterflies and computers, and the butterfly is in stippling, and which takes a long time, and so I'm going to do kind of a mixed media. I'm going to do some pencil, some watercolor, some ink, and just have it a little bit of everything, since I kind of just started doing artwork about 5 months ago, trying to learn how to do all these different genres and stuff. And so I'm going to have my intro I have in my normal videos are very generic. So I figure I would make it a little more artsy style. And so I've been watching lots of YouTube how-to, DaVinci Resolved, and trying to do an animated type of thing. So hopefully we will figure that out. And let's get started with this. Guys, anybody doing anything fun this Sunday? Let's make sure I have this. I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can kind of see my weird alien artwork. This is actually a Zentangle style art. GX7, how ya doing? Does that stand for anything? Do you have a channel or anything? Or is it just your abbreviations and stuff? Or is that Gen X7? Sorry, I am a Gen Xer, so, better late than nothing. Words are not working today. Amanda, how you doing? Hope everybody's doing fine. Hi. Let's get this lined up. Where's my little thingies? Let me write down some all y'all great. Hey, thanks. Let's write down some of your guys' names so I can kind of put it in my stuff afterward. Kogo. GX. 7. Ahmed. I can't even pronounce that right, and it's such a simple name too. Not gonna lie, it's amazing. I can't even draw a cat. Hey, I couldn't even draw a cat like 5 months ago. I actually lost my cat not too long ago, and so I drew him the other day. This is Scotty, and his head's a bit small, but yeah, I was doing stick figures and stuff like 5 months ago. So you spend an hour every day. You'd be amazed at how much you can do it. Oh, yeah, Scotty was a feral cat that kind of showed up one day and then decided he wanted the food and stayed. And he was a really old. He looked like I always expected him to come around the corner with one of those English baller caps, the big round ones. So he looks like he should have been a Scottish wrestler because he looked like a pit bull in the body of a cat. But yeah, he passed away from old age. He'd seen the world. Okay, yeah, we just got 3 y'all. But today I'm just gonna finish this thing up. And what is this number? Okay, this is extra small. We have some Faber-Castell. I cannot read. I'm dyslexic, so I will say things, and I will see it and I'll read like your name. It's a simple name. I will read it. I know what it says, but something else will come out and just completely marble mouth. Ahmed. One time I was with my buddy and I was slapped him so hard because he had the most beautiful paintings and he's so talented. Don't slap your friend. Well, unless you can slap him so hard that you can steal his painting. Then yeah, go ahead and do it, you know. But yeah, this is just a little simple Zen tangle. Well, that's how you show you love your friends, is by slapping the ever-loving shit out of them, right? I'm just going to do a simple little drawing. If you actually notice some of these, there's the very bottom, they're just all very simple, a little bit darker on the bottom, and then some of these ones have little designs in them. And then I just kind of scratch over the top of them. But it's actually simple. This thing's taken me like 5 hours to do. So you guys doing anything fun for your summer? Any holiday thingies? Going out of state or out of town? Are you guys, what area in the world are y'all from? I'm up here in Utah, in the United States. And it is hot as hell outside. I'm just gonna, just some random little squiggles. I'm gonna kind of get some. Don't want to put too much pressure on this one because this was an extra small, and I don't know if you can see the tip on that thing, but it is very, very fine. Yeah, it is very fine. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, I'm gonna give my own self a heart. Heart. All right. I love doing that when I'm like in other people's lives. I'll just like heart, and then see if somebody else does a heart, and then I get amused easily. I get amused very easily. Yeah. And some Sharpies. Gonna just fill in some of this stuff a little bit. This one's a little darker than my other one. That one's a little more losing the ink on it, so it's a little scratchier, which actually works out good for this style. I'm gonna highlight some of these little circles, so even when I scratch through them, you can still kind of see them. Just that way they have just some random designs and everything. You can put all kinds of different types of words and stuff in something like this. You can actually have like a whole meaning and saying in it, and just see if people kind of notice it. So one thing I like about some of these abstract type of things, you can see all kinds of stuff in it. It's like an ink block test almost. Get some of this. Let's see if I can get some of that. Corners a little bit darker. I wouldn't mind doing something like this on a big painting or something and hang it on the wall. It'd be something really, really cool. Just kind of do it in some, maybe with a little quill and ink or something. Make a little extra time. I don't know how well that would work, but it does kind of look cool, if I do say so myself, which I just did. So good morning, everybody out there. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my alien artwork looking stuff. I just needed something brainless. My last couple ones were very detailed, so I just needed some artwork that was just completely brainless and just let your mind go. And my fingers are killing me. I've been drawing and doodling and taking notes all day, trying to figure out how to do new intros for my channel. Let's see. Maybe I'll do like a little random. Let's get some kind of, just kind of do some back and forth. Just some random little cross little vines. And then you just come back and decide which direction you want to have them cross over on. And then just kind of go back, and this one's going to go up and over. The good thing about this, you don't have to be perfect. Whoops, as long as you don't go over the lines, which I just did. And there we go. Now we'll just kind of darken some of these before I darken everything else. This is a very simple doodle that you could do, like if you're at school or waiting at a doctor's office, or just killing time, and maybe you're sick of Instagram and that type of stuff and need something just to do mindlessly. This is a very easy little thing that you can do anytime, anywhere. You just do some random shapes, and then just kind of come back and lightly scratch over with any type of pen you have. This is the type of shit I used to like to do when I was a kid. Just random doodles. Except I was never this good at it. because I never really tried. Oh, finger. Then we'll come back and do some little coloring. Oops. So I have just some really interesting designs. There we go. And the last one, I think I'm just going to do basic Sharpie. That's a couple ones. Oops, this one needs to... Where's my blue pen? I left it in the living room. That's okay. Just kind of go darker in certain areas. I'll just highlight it with a little blue later on. I might do some Ubering later today, see if I can, since it is a double holiday this week, I might be able to. I actually went Ubering yesterday and actually did pretty good. I made about $120 in about 4.5 hours or so. Alright, let's get some color in here. I'm using my Prismacolors. I'm doing the bottom part. I did mainly blues. Let's get this lined up. I did mostly blues on the bottom, which is I started light on the lightest color, and then just kind of anywhere that there's a crossover, and on the edge I just tried to do most of the darker colors on one side, a little bit on the other side, just to try to give it a 3D kind of look. And then on this, once I got past this section, I started adding more greens, and did this side more, starting out with the lighter greens, a little bit of blue, and then near the top I'm going to fade it more into yellows. So it'll be kind of like a blues, and then into greens, and then mostly yellows. I should have done more yellow and oranges over here maybe. Maybe I'll add some yellows and oranges over here, because it looks like it's starting to fade into another color. I'm just kind of experimenting. That's why I like doing these little sketchbooks, because, you know, each time you learn something new, you just kind of continue building off of it. Even if you screw up, like this was some of my first Zentangle attempts, and this was done with a Sharpie. It still looks okay, but it was kind of fugly. And then this was just some random paper that I had when I was painting on, and this was just left over of it, and I just kind of tangled on it a little bit, and then some Zentangle hearts, and then each time, you know, some freehand mushrooms, and then doing some calligraphy, and just gradually just, you know, playing around and figuring out how to do the different shading and other things. And you're just gradually, I need to go back and redo these are cute little mushrooms, and then just gradually just getting a little better and trying different styles. And then this is one of the other ones I finished. I need to go and finish the other side. Has the really cool looking half-dead tree of life that kind of goes into a Zentangle. So I need to do this one on one of the Finish It Fridays. Maybe I'll do a Finish It live type of thing. And then just kind of continue on. And after a little time, you just start getting a little bit better and a little bit better. And you start getting a little bit, finding out areas that you need to work on. And just kind of go back and focus on different things, and after a little time you just start finding the stuff you like doing, and finding out the areas that you're not too good at, and start improving. A little Cheshire cat, some stippling. I enjoy the stippling. That takes forever to do the stippling. Yep, but then just gradually getting better until you just try different styles, little calligraphy and poems, some other random stuff that I started doing a building and then I got distracted and I never finished it, and so I said then tangled it. And now we're up to here. And we'll start with the light greens. Here on the corners, and you're just basically just going over it very lightly. You don't have to stay in the lines that much because the stuff is so dark anyways, you're not really going to notice it. Ooh, the allergies are killing me today. I need some whiteout. Is this whiteout pen will work any good? I screwed up over here. Nope. I'll try different types of white. Okay, this milky one's not too bad. Milky Pop Pentail. That's not too bad. I might just have to get some plain old whiteout, really. Yeah, let's just add some green. Some very light green. You can always add some more. Thingy. I don't mind doing something like this for a coloring book. Most of the coloring books nowadays that you get on Amazon, they're all freaking AI, and their paper is so fucking thin. Excuse my language. But they're pretty much crap. You can't really do anything with them more than just pencil. Need some better coloring books out there that you can use watercolor and, you know, some higher end paper. Probably be an expensive one, but it'd be kind of cool. Don't mind me, I'm just rambling about absolutely nothing because half the time there's only like me on here. So if you just happen to hop in and you hear some person just rambling and you notice that you're the only one in here and you're like, wait, is she talking to me? I'm just talking. So one thing about live streams, and if you're very good at talking to yourself, you can have full-on conversations, just rambling stuff that's in your head and scare all the people off. Of course, a lot of my people on my channels end up watching this after the fact, so I'm pretty much talking to them. And I'm going to get some a little bit darker. And once I kind of got the base light in here, I just kind of come back and anywhere that's a little bit that I want to have the shadows, I'm going to try to get, I try to remember to get all the shadows on, mainly on one side, which is the left side of these ones. So the same pencil I just used, I'll come back and just give it a little extra color of the same one that I just lightly did. And anywhere that they kind of connect, I might just do kind of a round it off a bit. So it looks like once I start getting the other colors in, it kind of bends it a bit and gives it a nice little, you know, like here it almost looks like there's an indentation because it's a little darker. You know, and that's what you can kind of do if you have a coloring book or something like that you want to make it a little more three-dimensional. Start like watercolor, start light, and then just add your layers. And if you have one of these little things, it'll help you make sure you don't muddy all your colors by adding too many. The ones that really go together, like say blues and yellows and greens, these ones will go really together. And the ones that are flattering, as long as you don't mix them together, are like the opposite. So the green is in the reds, the yellows and the violets and stuff. So like side by side, they look really pleasing together. But if you mix them together, not so much. And depending on what type of product you're using, be it pencil, be it watercolor, be it ink, you just have to kind of play around with it and see how they merge. I'm gonna go on the bottom side on some of these. And since this is the same color, I can actually go almost halfway on these. And then my next one will be the darker color. And I will do it almost on the edge, maybe fading into some of the other ones a little bit. And then even darker, it'll be just like right on the edge. That way it kind of gives it that three-dimensional look. I am stuffy today. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a zoom in of what I'm doing. Over here in the corner. Oops. Here. It's kind of pleasing from the background, but sometimes you might actually want to see what you're doing. And then over here, I'm just kind of bring the color out a little bit. And I'll just kind of bring that out a little bit too. And underneath where any of these kind of connect, add a little extra color. That way it looks like more shadowing. I know there's probably all different types of ways you can do it. This is just what I've been doing and I enjoy doing it. But if you've found some other methods, let me know. Oh, I did not put a mark on there. That's okay. If you can, say hi in the chat so I can write your name down, and I'll put it in the description afterward if I can remember. I need to do that to my last video. I totally forgot because I'm lazy some days. Get some. I'm sure it come out a little bit. So it almost looks like they're kind of growing off of the page. These things are so soft, they kind of get, I have a tendency to like death grip these things. And so I kind of run through it a lot. I could just kind of do more layers and just do lightly. But I am impatient. Make sure I remember to do that. Just gradually picking aside. There we go. Yeah, I am on every Sunday. I'll try to be. If I'm not, then I always try to do a thing in my Discord. But I'm on every Sunday doing some sort of artwork. So if you want to sit down and have a chat with somebody live and do a little doodling, feel free to join me on Sundays. And we'll just, anything you're in the mood to talk about, let me know and we can chat about it. That should be kind of coming over like that. As long as it's appropriate. I don't want too many creepy stuff coming on. I don't mind talking about creepy stuff, but, you know, within reason. Ghosts and stuff I love talking about. Aliens I love talking about. Art I love talking about. Favorite YouTubers. Always looking for new YouTubers. And let me sharpen that. Got my little tray of stuff. Oh, I hear a papa. I hear a grandpa. Here comes Grampy. Hello? Did someone just let the cat in? Is that what it was? Oy. Oh, I totally forgot to put some more yellows in there. You know, you get started and then you completely forget what you're planning to do. So let's make sure we get some of those yellows in there. Make sure any of the high points where I might say some light. I'm trying to get some more of the yellows in there. Don't need to go crazy with them, but just enough, and it helps really, just gives it a really cool effect. These are just two colored pencils right now that I'm using. The very light green and then the other one. Oh, I forgot to darken that over here. There's so much going on. So many crossovers on all of this, and that should have had another one. It just looks like it split off. That look like it's kind of, I wonder if I could do this like in paint. I need to get some paint and see if, or a watercolor, it might flow really cool. I'll have to try that one of these days. But this is not the paper for watercolor, but that would be kind of a cool experience. See if I can do the same type of fill with full-on ink and watercolor on a big canvas. That would probably take forever. That would probably take 10 lives. I'd have to do like an every single day live type of thing. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Get your name in there. If you like this type of stuff, or if there's anything you like talking about, as long as it's not religion and government, I'll talk about just about anything. As long as it's somewhat appropriate. I don't even mind the inappropriate stuff too much, but, you know, it's got to be playable. Don't want to chase too many of my peoples away. Alrighty. Let's get some darker greens in there. Kind of on the outsides a little bit. Give it a little bit more 3D. That way you get some. This one's almost the same color as the other. And we're just kind of going over some of the same areas just to get some different layers. Then I'll put in some really dark greens and some darker blues. And that will really give it a nice cool color. And then some blacks. Some days are kind of iffy for me. Some days I can do really good, and then I find during the week I'm gonna be doing some regular Wednesday and Sunday lives, and then I might sneak in one or two extra ones here or there. So if there's a certain time that you'd like, let me know. I'll try to do like one at a certain time, and maybe even a Saturday really early morning one. That way I can get some people on the other side of the world who are early morningers. But yeah, like I said, this is a very simple little drawing. It looks really complicated, but it's really not. It's just kind of time consuming, especially if you're using pencils, but you can always just do it plain old black and white. Just use grays instead of, just use a plain old number 2 instead of that. And then just spray it with some hairspray or something afterwards so you don't get any dust all over the place. really dark stuff to help these areas pop. Add some blacks in here too, and some blues. Yeah, you can keep going anytime. Oh, I think I put too much dark right there. Good to know. Yeah, playing with these type of abstract stuff is a good way to kind of learn how to do the layering. Because even if you screw up, it looks cool. I might add some blues and yellows, make a dark one. Make it jump off the page. Looks like it's actually growing out of the page on these edges. Looks like some, I don't know, alien mold or something that's growing out of the page. Make this kind of like there's an indent where there's some of these bigger ones. Just add some shadow. And let's add a little bit of dark blue for some of these other shadows. You can actually kind of go over some of these lighter colors. Fade it into it. Especially since I got blues on the bottom. Just kind of make it look like it's feeding off of itself. Plus, if you go into some of the yellow, it will make a green. These Prismacolors blend very nicely. That almost makes it look like it's been squeezed, crimped. Jesus!
Are you online? Are you online?
Yeah, I'm online. It's okay, no one's online right now, but...
Okay. I was looking for your honey.
Oh, it's next to my microwave.
Oh.
Just on the right-hand side.
I
It's in a small jar.
Oh.
It's not a big one. I ran out of the big ones. I need to go and... There's one over in Payson. I need to go and grab a big old jug. But it didn't have a price on it, so... I'm waiting for the farmer's market to come and have all the local honeys. We're making some honey salmon. Smoked salmon for Father's Day. Should be yummy. Let's just do a kind of a light blue over some of this. Oh, my fingers are cramping. Kind of define the right where it's crosses over with some black. I could probably use a really dark purple instead, or a really dark blue. No, that one's, I should have left that one to look like it's merging. What are you doing, baby? I have a rabbit behind me chewing on cardboard again. Some of these areas I forgot. Get some shadows in here. I'll have to see if I can download some of this and like turn it into a short. It's like 5 hours of it though. That'd be one heck of a. I'd have to download it onto my new hard drive once I get it set up. I just bought me a new hard drive. This is starting to look kind of cute. Anywhere else I forgot to put it to make it look like it's separated. Dirt over here. Oh, I need to put some greens in here. It's like you start going and then it's like you don't know when to stop. I should probably have already stopped. Think a little bit of a shadow here. Make it look like it's indented a bit. It's like you're always like seeing more areas that you missed. You think I need to add more dark hair. This makes, there's no connection there. It's like, over here are some. Let's see, is there anywhere else I've missed? These are kind of connecting in. Kind of add a shadow right here. And darken this whole section a little bit. Just kind of wherever you think you might need it. Push out of here. And I think I got most of them over here. So I think that one is pretty much done. It's like you keep wanting to keep doing more and more and more. And you have to tell yourself, no, it's good enough. You keep doing more and it's gonna look crappy. Not too long, no, 45 minutes. I can get started a little bit on the other one. But yeah, there's that one. It's a little tangle. Looks like some alien veins or mold or something. I don't know. But that's cool. I'll do a little, whoops. I'm shaking yet. I'll do a little stippling. Because that's all kinds of exciting, I'm sure. But if you don't know what stippling is, it is that. That's where you, let's see if I can get it zoomed in. Really zoomed in. Now I'm using some pencil and ink, and that butterfly is done with stippling, that which kind of gives it that fuzzy look. And all it is lots of dots. So if you need something to keep yourself occupied, that's one way to do it. Now I haven't actually done any like glass before. I saw some like not really tutorials, but you know, some shorts and stuff of how they kind of did it with some pencil or watercolor or stuff like that. And so I tried to mimic it. Didn't turn out too bad. But you know, just kind of here and there doing some darker colors and stuff. So it's not too bad, but it's, I'll have to go and watch some videos on how to do it. And I need to, I can still see some of the pencil, because I'm actually using pencil instead of watercolor. This might look cool in watercolor, but this is not completely waterproof. Ink is, it's sort of waterproof, but not perfectly. So, but we're learning. And this is the one I'm doing. It's one for my, I'm going to be doing a use this in one of my new intros or outros or something like that. I might use it maybe in my banner. I haven't decided. But it should be interesting. I'm just kind of playing around with it. So let's do some stippling. See if I can do this without getting in the way. And I'm still learning how to do this, so I've done some with what was it? This is kind of my second attempt on stippling. I always want to call it stapling. But it's not stapling, it's stippling. Where is my stippling? What I did before. It's over at the Thanksgiving point. Come on. I can't believe it's actually that long ago. But this was my first attempt. It was kind of a picture that I got from one of these little tourist traps, but they had the tulip festival going on, so I kind of just did some rough sketching with a little watercolor, and then did the gazebo, because the background was actually all fuzzed out, so I figured stippling would be a good challenge. This thing took forever. But I'm a school bus driver, so I have like 4 hours during the day, depending if I have if I'm doing a field trip or not. So that's how I've actually learned how to do a lot of this stuff, because I have like 2 or 3, 4 hours a day to actually watch videos and practice. So if you're 5 months ago, I was really good at doing stick figures. Well, I wasn't good at doing stick figures. I sucked at doing stick figures. But doing 1 or 2 hours every single day kind of does help. And not being afraid to screw up and do different things. Now, this is not the most exciting thing to do because it's just a bunch of little dots. So feel free to, if you have any questions, throw it in the comment center area. Throw your name in there, say hi. If you ever tried this method, let me know. If you enjoyed it, or if you just like, oh my god, this is taking so freaking long. Why does anybody actually do it? I've seen some projects out there that they're like the size of a large canvas, and they're all done in stippling, and I'm like going, holy cow. But the thing is, I'm going to have this butterfly in black and white. The other butterfly that's up here, I'm going to do that in watercolor. So it's like the butterfly escaping from its trap. And half of this is going to be in black and white. And then the rest of it's going to be going into color because, you know, the butterfly is like spreading the color into the world type of thing. You know, it's like you lived in black and white and shadows and gray, and then finally your butterfly escapes from its cage and light comes into the world type of thing. Or at least that's what it kind of ended up turning out to be. This is kind of a monarch style looking one. But I enjoy doing it. It's kind of almost like a Zentangle because it takes so long to do it. But doing something like this like 15 or 20 minutes before you go to bed and shutting off the lights from your computers and stuff, it really helps it deprogram your mind, and so you can kind of relax and go to bed. So doing stuff like this right before bed is really good at helping you sleep. I have found I'll do like an hour of whatever the hell I want, drawing wise, and I might just listen to an audiobook or something like that, or throw something on YouTube, but just not really, you know, like a podcast, not actually watch it because the blue screen will screw up your sleep cycle. And, you know, another way to practice and relax in the evening. Now, I don't know how well you'll be able to do it if you have kids. And what in the world? What are you doing? Your rabbit's playing with the cat scratch toy. And basically, I took a picture of this. It was like just some butterfly. I think it was from Pinterest or something like that, Pixel. And it's a monarch, and I just went and put it in Canva and turned it black and white. So it makes it the pixeling a lot easier. I don't know what I did there. I think I was trying to do something fancy here. Let me redraw that. And then this is going to be, this one will have like little dots. And that one's kind of fading off into it. All right. It's like, I don't know what I was doing there. I should have like made a white kind of border so you can kind of tell the two different wings, because there's actually two wings there. So when I'm doing this one, I might actually do a little bit of a space between it. That way I can kind of see where one wing lets off. Just a very thin line of white. I might have to come back with my gel pen over here and just kind of come through, showing where the separation of the two wings are. But yeah, that's why you do this stuff. You kind of figure it out to make it. I wouldn't have realized that until after the fact. I was like, that looks like one wing. It's supposed to be two. And then I can just do a thicker line between these two. Ones that are like full on solid, I might just and also around the back, so it doesn't just become a big old black thing. Have another little separation where the thorax is. And I think this almost looks like a freaking grasshopper leg. It's supposed to be a tree limb. I might put some random dots in there. And then just kind of doing like this. Once you kind of get a light outline around, then you just kind of go back and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That way you just don't get a lot of lines of dots. So you might just kind of go and do a quick little, so you know what you're doing. And then you just kind of come back, fill in anywhere that needs to be filled in. And since these are small lines, I should probably be using my fine liner on these ones, since it is a smaller one. Depending on the size of your paper and how big your animal is, or your insect is, or whatever, it'd depend on what type of ink pen or dauber or whatever the heck you can probably do it with a dauber. You could probably do it with a couple different sizes as well. This kind of helps me slow down. Kind of like the medium size. Kind of use the side of it, but then it's easier to drag. So you have to kind of be walk away for 5 or 10 minutes every so often, so you don't just start filling it in and getting like slash lines instead. Make sure some of these circles have some more definition than others. I'll have to play around with having ones with more space. Maybe just go lighter. And then just kind of lightly go back. And then some darker in certain areas and then just kind of lighter in other areas. See how that looks. And I got some circles up here on the main outline of the butterfly. And you could do this with like different colors and actually have like, I was tempted to come back with like some yellow and red ink and just do some light daubing within the wing itself to try to get the monarch looking color, that orange. You just kind of mix some of the orange and red, or the red and yellow. I'll have to do that on a separate one. Play around with stapling with different colors of ink. It's quill and ink and other stuff. There's an artist I really like watching. He's the Shadow Artiste, and he's actually a stippler. A lot of his stuff is multimedia. I need to learn how to mount some of these, because after I'm done with this, I would like to be able to mount it and use it on my wall. Put on some wood and stuff, and maybe get some... I know some of them use like a... not the acrylic, what the hell do they call it? The... words are not wording today. Resin. They use like a resin on some of these papers to kind of protect it and stuff instead of just spraying it. So I wouldn't mind doing that because this is going to be kind of my logo. So it'd be nice to have it in the background if I'm doing any talking heads. So any of you out there YouTubers, or you just like to watch the lives and just scanning through? What type of lives do you like watching? It does look kind of cool. Look at, push this over here. I have to look up, see if the Shadow Artiste has an email to send a little pic of this. Just for shits and giggles. I know I'd like to get artwork in mine. It'd be kind of cool to see. It's getting windy out there. Oh, my hand. It's getting cramps. Since I did the 2 different artworks today. Can you tell that's a butterfly? You're going to be one. It looks like he's got grasshopper legs, though. I might have to fill that in a little bit. Just kind of hop around a little bit. I just enjoy doing the ink. It's very satisfying, especially once it's done. It does take a while though. I need to learn how to do, my leaves suck. I'll have to look at some tutorials for stippling the leaves because they just look very flat. Maybe add some more around the veins. Maybe do some shadow with a pencil underneath it. But it's in a glass jar, so I don't know how that would work. It might... Light just went off. It's a cheapy little light. But I've actually had it running for a couple hours. So, time to charge it. Yep, this is a little Benji. This is actually really good for a little extra light, though, for on the go. So if you do some light and you need a little extra bright light, this is a good little rechargeable. It died though. I had it running for a couple hours because I used it in the living room when I was taking notes and drawing and stuff. So make sure I have a little bit of the separation there. I think where is the my other butterflies. Oh, kinds of wacky. I have to do her in watercolor. I don't know how to do shadow with stippling. Or if I should just use plain old pencil. This is mixed with pencil as well, so I don't know. Nothing like going live or doing videos when you haven't really tried it. You're doing it for the first time, trying to figure it out. Also kind of go in here with a gray pencil as well around here on the wings. Stop kicking it. Probably should have done this on slightly thicker paper. That's okay. Okay, I need to do the other wing. I'll probably be doing some of this off screen, and I'll probably also do some of it on screen. So I'll try to do some more live streams. So I might do another one tomorrow. Get some more of this, because I'm still kind of, I'm like forcing myself to do this because I'm like kind of not sure how I want to do this, because I want this to be my logo. So I want it to be represent me in my journey. And at the same time, it's like, do I want to you know, I might end up redoing this next year type of thing. And it's like, But next year I might be doing it digital. But yeah, it's just so much to learn. I wonder. That looks kind of cool. Sorry, I got distracted. You can't see what I'm doing, but I might do that with the rest of the... I even took my medication today and I'm still getting distracted. But my brain's like going 100 different miles. It's like, what do I want to do? It's like, I want this to represent one thing. Then I want it to represent, an, you know, have it, because it's going to be a freaking, you know, logo or an intro, part of an intro. And it's like, you want to do it perfectly because you're doing it hand painted and it's not like Canva. Or if you don't like it, you can just trash it and start again, you know? I can trash it and start again, but this is a lot of fucking work. Excuse my language. Make sure I get that separation so they know it's 2 wings. It's nothing like doing a logo and learning things at the same time. Try not to screw up, because you're going to probably have it on your channel for the next year or 2 or whatever, until I decide to redo all my intros and shit. Which I will probably try to map them every year, but yeah. It's one of those things that you can just keep on adding dots and then just big black blob afterward. Should have made them a little more, added a little bit more ragginess. Not ragginess, but you know, the words. Still looking cool though. I like it. So what do you think of the butterfly? I might add a little bit of color to the wings, but not a whole lot, because I still want him to be black and white. But I want a little bits of color starting to emerge. What'd you think? Should I add just a tiny bit of highlights of like yellows and oranges? I have to check out a monarch. I want to make sure I do it in ink though, since he is in ink. I've got some really tiny, very thin little ones I could probably use for dots as well. This one might do really good on dots, but it'd be really easy to mess up. Speaking of messing up, I might just add this here anyways. That way it'll kind of look like that one up here. A little white. I guess I could probably use white dots, huh? Instead of lines. That'd be an idea. Like do it all in black and then just come back with some white dots to separate it. I wonder. I'll have to try doing one of these like in reverse, get a black piece of paper and doing white dots. Just to, you know, see how it looks. Shits and giggles. Where's the... Get some little bit of gray in here. What's up? That's blue. That's not gray. That's not gray. That's blue. I'm like, I was wondering why that was. It's okay. I have blues in here anyways. I want this to. Just on the main wings. I still want it to be white. But in the picture, it's actually kind of, since I turned it black and white, it's kind of a light gray inside the wings itself where the color would be. See how it looks. He's looking kind of cool. See if I can do up the welcome. Or I'll just enlarge it a little bit. do something kind of, where's the thin one? That's extra small. Just kind of give it a little bit of, whoops. Hey Dora, how you doing? I'm working on my new, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this as an intro or I'm going to use this for the banner in my, because I'm trying to redo a lot of my my banners and my intros and that type of stuff. So I might just use this for a banner. I'd love to see the finishing. Oh yeah, you want to see that? All right, cool. I'll show the finished tangle. Yeah, I just finished it earlier. If I can find it. There we go. I did it kind of a blue on the bottom and then up into a green on the top. You can see the whole thing. Not yet. This is my nice big fat. Look, my fat flies out here. God, words. Fat thighs. But yeah, I started out kind of blue, and then after this part, I kind of turned it into a green. And then I tried lightening it on the top, but I got distracted easily. And I just kept on adding more and more colors. But yeah, there's the tangle. So yeah, that is the tangle. Finally got that. Took like 5 hours. I don't know. This is just my sketchbook, so I just have random stuff to kind of show, my progress, and it was just I just needed something different to do. But it kind of gave me ideas for other stuff. I wouldn't mind doing something like this in like a big portrait type of thing and doing it in just plain ink and with some different color inks and having this part more like a watercolor type of ink like I was doing on some of my train one where I use the inks to kind of flow and just kind of do that. I have to look up some stuff to see how to do it, but that'd make a really cool wall art type of random stuff to have in a background. So something I might do in the future once I figure out how to do the different types of. I need to learn actually how to do like the boards and the painting and the prep work for just the bigger portraits and stuff. Right now I've been working on nothing but paper, and I think it's time for me to start learning how to do the prep work of some of the portraits. The guy I was gonna do the collab with, Andre, he's an oil painter, so I could ask, and he's went to school, so I figured he'd be a perfect person to ask how to do the prep work for the different types of styles and get the woods and the canvases all prepped and what I need to do. And I was actually Friday, I did a full-on day cleaning. I ripped everything apart because he was going to come over to the house and we were going to sit and chat, and I had like 3 different video ideas we're going to work through and stuff. And I sent him a message like, hey, you going to come over? You're still good for 2 o'clock? Nothing. And then I'm like, you still good for 2 o'clock? Nothing. And then I got a picture back of him in the hospital. He went bike riding like 2 days ago, and he broke his leg and his wrist. So we're going to probably end up doing that closer to Christmas. And they're like, oh, that poor man. And so I'm going to have to look for some other artists, because I really want to do some interviews and collabs with other artists, like local artists and stuff, and just kind of learn about them, how they got started, if they're doing it for a living or if they're doing it just on the side or if they're doing it for YouTube. And with Andre, he'd been doing it for 50 years. And he started in the 70s, and now that he retired, everything's kind of changed on how to market himself. And so I was going to help him on the YouTube end so he can learn how to do videos and different types of forms if he wants to do, or if he wants to strictly do Instagram and that type of stuff. And that's why we want to do this collab, so he can figure out if this is something he wants to do. And at the very least, I can help him set up his channel and maybe get him to the point of making lights, because I think he'd be really cool to, his artwork is so realistic and it's so detailed, and he has so much to share. And then he just went and broke his arm and his leg. And I'm like, oh, that poor man. He's just getting started. He even sold one of his paintings, and it's in the. I even went over to the museum the art museum, and he has 2 paintings in the art museum, and one of them sold. He's getting ready to get started, and then he freaking breaks his arm and legs. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, wasn't the best start of a year for him. I think I'm just going to keep everything on the left-hand side on this one for these words. I'm going to keep them all the same style. Maybe on the inside for this one. I don't know. I kind of switched. I probably should have. Eh. That's okay. That's how you are. So you do anything fun, Dora? Or anybody else out there? Let's do an online collab together, doing an airport project together. You might not have seen, but I do travel pics when I go on trips. I have shown only bits of my life. Yeah, I love doing that. We'll have to sit down and I'll have to give you my Discord thingy. And we can just, so you can get an invite on my Discord and we can sit down and talk about, you know, some ideas. That'd be awesome. Or just go live and talk about it. I need to put in one of those things on my computer so I can do like multiple videos, multiple lives with, you know, like 1 or 2 or 3 people on my screen and do some stuff like that. I know I was looking at it the other day. I totally forgot the name of the thing, but I need to do some of that. I did a live a few days ago. Painting as I got inspired while at Sydney Harbor. I painted a Sydney. Oh, that's awesome. Is it on your channel? I'll have to go and check it out. Do some like side-by-side paintings. That'd be cool. It's SteamYard. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Like I was thinking SteamYard, but I haven't even had a chance. I'm still trying to figure out how to do editing and trying to do this, my banners and all the other stuff, redoing it. So I've been kind of busy, but I've been looking into that. So I'm hopefully soon, or somebody who just goes and do it. Last live, second to last live. Okay, I'll have to go check that one out. That or invite me in on one of these lives and stuff. We'll just have to. I have my email in my Discord, in my not my Discord, in my thingy. You'll have to go and send me out an email so I have your email. Maybe I'll send you an invite to my Discord. Whenever you're on one of these nights, we'll have to just sit and chat. And then we can figure out what we want to do. That'd be awesome. So is it just watercolor that you enjoy doing and stuff? You just kind of, whenever you're inspired, you just kind of do it, or you actually have been doing it your whole life or anything like that? Sorry, I'm just kind of concentrating on my L's. I'm gradually, one at a little bit at a time, learning some of this stuff. I am really slow when it comes to learning new computers and that type of stuff. I think I just psych myself out. Then I find reasons not to do it. Because I know I can do it. Once I do it once, I'm usually okay. It's just getting over my own self-sabotage and that type of shit to deal with all the time. Yeah, I've always been creative, but I only in the last 5 years got back into painting, but only currently with watercolors, as I've got a little travel kit. Yeah, I do love those little travel kits. Sometimes I'll just go to Starbucks and I'll take one little tiny paintbrush with me, and I'll just kind of do it. So you did paintings? Was it like oil paintings or acrylic paintings and stuff? That's something I really want to learn. That's what I was hoping to learn with Andre. And I should have put that freaking Y a little closer to the M. Dang it. Oh well. That looks odd. Oopsie. Let's see if I can make that in the glass. I'll have to kind of make it over a little bit or wobbly. I'm going to do kind of a teardrop on this one. And maybe another teardrop style. Those look like boobies. Okay. That looks like a butt. Oh, I'm gonna go with it. Fuck it. Oh shit! I just made butt cheeks for my beautiful fools. All my beautiful fools, and their little butt cheeks just hanging out there. Lordy. My bee on beautiful fools. I don't know about you, but that kind of looks like a butt cheek. I kind of guess it kind of matches my week this week, because I was like, when I don't know if you saw the short. I think you saw the short, but when I went over to my person to pay my car payment, and she's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" I'm like, "I got a cramp in my ass," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Sometimes my filter is broken. I think I'll trying to think how words look reflected. I'm like, okay, it's kind of curved, so will that make it curve out further or curve in? I don't know. I guess I could do some writing, put behind the glass. Excuse me, I'm choking on my spit. Ah. Hopefully I'm spelling this beautiful right. Okay, that circle, that's good. It's gonna do a little snail. Let's put that a little closer. Do a little teardrop on that one as well. After I get this thing done, I'll probably call it good. Beautiful. I'll have to I'm off tomorrow. Maybe I'll have to just take some time watching videos on SteamYard. I'll write that down. At least get it uploaded to my computers. I can do it on my laptop and my big computer. I'm assuming that you can actually plug your phone into the computer through Steam, so you can actually, since I'm using my phone to live stream this. Do, do, do. Cool. Blech, words. Mew. That's. Need to add some shading. All right, one thing at a time, though. One thing at a time, Holly. Let's see. Make sure I'm doing it on the right side this time. I might need to add more ink to this. I get so much in a hurry. Add some little lines to my butt cheeks. Yeah, that don't look good. I should have used it on the other side. That's okay. Have them a little closer too. Yeah. That full is tipping over. There we go. I've been doing this for almost an hour and a half. Hey, Jazz. You going to bed too? I'm just about ready to get off. So, yeah, I'm always catching on the very tail end. I'll have to catch my relive. I've been on for about an hour and a half. My relive? My relive, yeah. Well, you have a good night. You're always up so late. I have to go to bed early. But, oh, let me show you what I got done. I got the other one done. I got that one done. And so it's like got all the blues. Whoops. And then kind of turned into greens. Like I wouldn't mind doing something like this in a larger scale. On a big canvas and stuff and working with inks or paints or something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Wouldn't know how to do it. And then this one I'm working on a, I don't know if this is going to be for my banner. Because I'm trying to redo my intros and my banners and all that stuff. So I have my little butterfly who's still in black and white in his jar, hasn't escaped yet. And then I have the other butterfly, which I'll probably do in watercolor. And then everything coming out will start to get in color. And everything over here will probably still be in black and white. So it'll be like escaping your shell and getting into a new world as it's doing different things. Yeah, those are actually really cool, those alien-looking 3D ones. It looks really, really cool. But my hands are cramping up, so I think this is about as far as I'm going to go. First time trying to do a glass with pencil and stuff. It turned out all right. I probably should have done a little lighter when I'm doing the mergings. I might do a little ink in the wings. Dots, just like some oranges and reds for the monarchs, like he's just barely starting to get some color in him, getting ready to take flight. And got to do the desk and stuff. So this will probably be my next one where I start working on, and then I'll use this for probably my banner for my thing, because I do like my banner that I have, but I want something a little different. So and I could do something simple with Canva, and you know, there's no problem with Canva. Canva's awesome, but if I'm an art channel, you know, why not use the stuff that I draw? That's coming out of my own head type of thing. And I want to do different styles. You know, I have some little calligraphy, some watercolor, some pencils, some stippling, and you know, just use what I've learned so far. Maybe next year I'll do a new one with different styles that I learn throughout the year type of thing. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday / well, some of you guys, it's probably already Monday. Sunday / Monday. I'll be off tomorrow. I might come back on tomorrow to do some more in the afternoon. I don't know what my schedule's like, so I might just come on later in the evening, like 6 or 7, or else butt crack of dawn. I don't know. But yeah, so I just wanted to do something a little different, and me and Dora was thinking of doing a like watercolor together. I need to learn how to do SteamYard. I was gonna next time I'll have to get her my Discord so we can chat together. I'll have to do that to you too, Jazz, so we can just sit and chat. And that's not YouTube. That'd be awesome. And then do some lives too. Why not? Anywho, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate everybody who's come in and chatted with me. It's always a blast. Let me write down everybody who came in. You got Jazz. We got Dora. Oops, I spelled her name wrong. I can't spell. Well, I am dyslexic, so that might be why. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you soon. Get some sleep, Jazz. It's probably like 2 in the morning for you or so. It's only like 4 in the afternoon here. Actually, I've been on for a little bit. I have to go through. I've been gradually trying to go through my videos. I want to do some new thumbnails and all that fun stuff. So I'm not going to do as many videos every single Friday, but I'm going to do more live streams instead. So I'm going to try to get 2 videos a month that I edit it and spend more time learning how to do that part and make them better. You know, adding B-roll and all that type of stuff, and then just do some more live streams and get more comfortable talking to people. So that's the plans for this next month or so. All right, I will see you next time. I've been rambling. Every time I try to get off, I start doing something else. So I'll see you next time and catch you on your guys' videos and films, and you have a wonderful Sunday / Monday. Love y'all.